Welcome back, folks. Before we start, the Ram 2, the Panzer IV small term, the Su-85I, and the Saxon 1 are getting removed from the gift shop when 9.8 comes around. So, my fortune telling has become true, and my powers are getting great. I'm just kidding. But for today, I want to talk about the changes to the personal missions with the 9.8 patch. So if you look at the public test server for the 9.8 patch, you can see that they changed 36 personal missions right here. But if you look down to the actual notes, they forgot to list all the changes. So I wonder if they put the changes in the second iteration of the test server and not the first. So I jump onto the test server and look at the personal missions tab. It turns out they changed it without listing the changes. The frick? So I took the liberty and the effort to compile everything into one. So here it is, the 9.8 personal missions update and revision for World of Tanks. So yeah, they forgot to mention all the details. Here it is, I compiled it and made it better. So 11 out of 15 light tank missions were changed, 7 for the heavy tank, 8 for the mediums, 4 for tank destroyers, and 9 for artillery. So 39 out of 75 missions were changed, switched around, whatever, but only 36 were actually changed. So 3 of those were actually just switched around or reworded. But yeah, alright. Now, what is important is that the platoon missions can now be soloed. So you can be your social hermit all you want, and you can actually get to the Object 260 now, so that's good. And the tier requirements are mostly the same, other than the Object 260, which is lower to tier 6 to 10. That's great. So this spreadsheet has all the missions lists and the changes in comparison to the previous one. So I did a lot of work for this spreadsheet. Holy crap, it's like 6 hours. But here we go, light tank first. And here are all the changes to the personal missions for the light tanks. Now I hope you can read the spreadsheet because it's pretty simple. Left is for the new missions, old ones are on the right. And pause this video if you want to read through everything. Turn on 1080p so you can see better. And to read through or understand the parentheses, it means that the first number is for the Stuk 4, the second number is for the T-28 concept, the third number is for the T-55A, and the last number is for the Object 260. So what that means is that be among the top 10 for the Stuk 4, top 5 for the T-28 concept, yada yada yada. You understand that? Pretty simple, right? So that's how I put the 4 different tanks into the parentheses of the conditions. So that's pretty simple. So here we go. Light tank 1 hasn't changed, light tank 2 hasn't changed, so pretty simple. Light tank 3 got changed a little bit, so you can cause less damage or less damage to different times. So the number of times got changed, eased up. So you have to deal 2 instead of 3, deal 3 instead of 5, and the rest is pretty much the same. So, alright, whatever. So I won't go through everything, but the important ones I will highlight because those are pretty much crazy. So this one is pretty simple. So the pursuit is pretty simple. So is the forced halt. So allies must deal less damage now, so that's good. And kill less, immobilized by you, so that's good. Light tank 5 hasn't changed. Light tank 6, spot the same. Alright. Destroy 1 more vehicle, so that's a nerf, whatever. Artillery hunter, the same. Alright, that's whatever. All you have to do is spot enemy artillery, and that's pretty much it. You don't have to kill it, so that's good. Light tank 8 is actually changed. This is very big because it's captured the base one. So this time around, you can actually reduce the capture of your base, I guess, or the neutral base, and get a defender medal, and that actually counts instead of the invader medal. So you don't have to actually participate in a capture of a base. So yeah, instead of capturing, you can also reduce the reset of your enemies of your own base. So It's one way or the other. So that's good. Yeah, it's more optional. Alright, that's good. Light tank mission number 9 is the same, mostly. So it's better rewards because it's light tank mission number 9 now. You have light tank mission number 6. So the rewards got a little bit better. Higher number, whatever. But the missions are mostly the same. It is the same, whatever. So light tank 10, get tongue twisted, is experience earned. So it's so finish as the top player on your team by experience earned. So they changed that to top player on your team, both team by experience earned. And this time around, receive 0 damage. 0 in the object 260 for the object 260. Instead of no more than 10% of HP in damage. So this is a nerf. That sucks. Scout, just scout. Okay, a fair fight, cause damage. Okay, destroy. So this one's easier because you're just doing damage instead of destroying tanks. So that's easier, but do more damage. So, all right. The ghost, spot enemies, at least that much damage. So the damage got reduced, remain unspotted. All right. Blah blah blah. The rest is the same mostly. So that's good. Alright, here is the platoon missions, which is a big one. So, spot, damage, and they changed that from the artillery one, so no more artillery, whatever. So, all you have to do is spot damage and cause damage, and you can have platoons to help you out, but it's a pretty simple one now. You stop doing that with the artillery. So, no more laying artillery fire. Throw that out of the window. Thank God. Ugh, disgusting. Alright, that's good. That's a very big change. Thank God. And you can solo. So that's good. Light tank mission number 14 is the all light tanks platoon. So now you can have light tank, your own light tank with any other vehicle. So you can platoon up with a heavy tank or a tank destroyer, and that still counts. So all I have to do is spot for damage. Or spotting damage caused by platoon mate also counts, so that's good. So instead of all platoon of light tanks, you can have platoon of light tanks, heavy tanks, medium tanks, whatever combination you want. Yeah, that's a very big one. And the last one is spot for 4,000, 5,000, 7,000, 8,000 damage. But this time around, you don't have to assist. So you can put your own damage in, and that still counts. So that's good. And the secondary condition is a lot easier because you don't have to spot and have the vehicle subsequently be destroyed. So just survive. So that's good. So basically you can spot and do damage, and both of those numbers will combine into one, and that's your final number. And you have to get 4,000 HP for the Stuk 4, 5,000 for the T-28 concept, yada yada yada, so on and so forth. But that's good. So light tank missions. Yeah, the big ones are the laying artillery fire, which is just ridiculous, and all light tank missions. That's also pretty ridiculous. But the rest of these are fair and decent. Nice. And here are all the changes to the heavy tank missions. So heavy tank 1 is the same. So is number 2. Number 3 is the same. Number 4 is... Okay, you can now combine all the modules and the crew damage into one. Previously, you have only modules as one or the crew, so it doesn't add them up into one number. So that's a wording, and that's a mistake, and they fixed it, so that's good. Alright, target acquired, HT5 is... Okay, it's just a small wording, so into your view range, up to your view range of your vehicle. Alright, so they put better wording, I guess, at close range or your own view range. So yeah, wording. Now people get confused because render range is not the same as your view range. All right, if you remember from my XVM patch or mods video, the red square is the render range, but that's outside of your view range. What they're trying to say is that you should have the tanks inside of those blue circle. That's your view range. instead of inside the red square. So, yeah, technicalities and wordings and stuff, whatever. HT6 is the same. Number 7 is you can now reduce base capture points, and that will still count. So the same with the light tank missions. That's good, very good actually. Ugh. Have to deal 3,000 damage too, so you have to cause damage as well. That sucks, but whatever. Number 8 is the same. Number 9 is the same. Number 10 is be on top. Third, top three, first on both. So what's changed is for the T28 concept, the old one is top 3 on both teams, whereas for the new one is just top 3 on your own team. So that's good. HT11 is the same, so it's number 12, blah 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 blah. Number 13 is better actually. It's the platoon missions. So destroy 1, 2, or 3, or 4 vehicles in the first 3 minutes of the battle. So instead of destroy 1, 2, 3 in the first 5 minutes, but now it can be destroyed by platoons. So that's good. Complete it on your own. It's a little bit more difficult because it's destroyed in the first 3 minutes, but instead of the first 5 minutes. But you can have your platoon mates to help, and you can do this by yourself. You don't have to win, so that's good too. So, yeah. Take the hill, which is for number 14. Destroy less vehicles of 2 different types, so that's good. So 3, 4, 6, 8 in comparison to 3, 5, 7, 10. That's good. Less vehicles, and you can do it by yourself. So, whoa, that's a Radley Walters medal by your own tank if you're doing it by yourself. Wow. That's a Radley Walters medal. So you could do these by yourself. It's a lot harder though. A lot harder. Jesus. Alright, last one is damage cost received and blocked is totaling 6,000, 8,000, 12,000, and 14,000. Whereas the old one is 8,000, 10,000, 12,000, 14,000. So for the Stuk 4 and for the T28 concept, the requirements are lowered, which is great. But the important ones is HT15. This is pretty rough. Which ones are difficult? These two are actually pretty okay. This is okay. The capture the base. Yeah, this one. Oh, disgusting. Target acquire. The modules one is also pretty annoying. So this one's also annoying. But other than that, yeah, that's nice. Good. And here are all the changes to the medium tanks. So medium tank 1 hasn't changed. Medium tank 2 is buffed, in my opinion. So fire at least different shots that cause damage to enemy vehicles, whereas the old one is damage to different vehicles. So this is a little bit better, in my opinion, because now you can just spam shots into one tank and deal like 15 shots into one tank, and that will still count. Whereas the old one, you have to find and shoot at 6 different tanks to have the conditions fulfilled. So it makes a little bit more sense. So basically, you can fulfill the whole mission by playing a Sherman EZ8 and shooting into 2 TOGs, and that's pretty much it. Instead of shooting at 6 different tanks in the Sherman EZ8. So that's good. Number 3 is, alright, deal less damage. Alright, less damage for the second one. Destroy 1 and destroy 2 instead of destroy 1, destroy 2, and destroy 3 the first 5 minutes of battle. So this one is a little bit harder, but it's still decent. Alright. Number 4 hasn't changed. The wording got changed, but not that much. Number 5 hasn't changed. Number 6 is the same. Number 7 is the same. Number 8 is cause damage to medium tanks. So now is cause damage instead of destroy. So that's good. So all you have to do is shoot at different tanks, like medium tanks, at different times. Instead of destroy 2 medium tanks, destroy 3. Oh my god, destroy 2 tier pluses and 1 2 tier higher. So what I mean by the tier plus is 1 tier higher, and the tier plus plus, that's 2 tiers higher. So basically destroy 2, destroy 3, destroy 2 that are tier higher, and destroy 1 that's 2 tiers higher. So now it's just damage medium tanks, and destroy 1 tier plus plus. So the old one is the same, but whatever. So that's good. That's actually a lot better because destroy 3 medium tanks when your opponents have only like 1 medium tank. That's way better. Number 9 is deal damage to heavy tanks instead of destroy heavy tanks. Better, way better in my opinion, because medium tank missions feel like KSing a lot, and because you're destroy so and so medium tanks and destroy so and so heavy tanks. Now it's just deal damage, which is great. So all you have to do is deal damage to enemy heavy tanks and you're good to go. So that's great. Number 10 is cause damage to enemy vehicles at least some so and so times, so less shots needed. That's good. All right. Number 11 is the same. Oh, the ramming one. Okay. So the ramming one is the same. I think the different condition is ram and kill without having your own tank destroyed. Ram and destroy a light tank or something. It's the same. Don't worry about it. I forgot to put the actual conditions. Number 12 is, oh no, the burning. The incinerator. Set somebody on fire. So basically, the reward got shifted and increased because it was a mission number 9 to mission number 12. But it still sets somebody on fire. The same conditions. That sucks. So, ugh. Number 13 is the platoon mission. So cause damage. Instead of causing damage, well, it's the same. Less damage, so that's good. You can do it by yourself. So 8,000 damage to enemy vehicles by yourself is doable as a medium tank if you're playing tier 10. Good luck. Good luck. Number 14 is destroy vehicles, but less than what's before, so that's good. You can also destroy 8 vehicles for Radley Walters and for the completion to the object 260. So, blah. And the last mission hasn't changed. So, at the destroy tank destroyers. Wonderful. Awesome. So, what is important change is the cause damage instead of destroy. The incinerator one is still pretty annoying, and my recommendation for playing this is with the Sherman EZ8 at lower tiers, because the EZ8 could fire pretty fast, and if you have a Ram 2, that also works. And for the later tiers, I completed it on the Lorraine 40T because the auto-loading drum and shooting directly into the engine block. So those are my 2 tanks that I use for this mission, but it's a pain in the ass. This is just annoying. Ugh. So what is important is the damage component instead of the destroy component. So damage somebody as opposed to destroy is a lot more easier to accomplish than destroy somebody. So that's a big one. But yeah, thank God. Oof. And here are all the changes to the tank destroyers, which is not that many because 4 out of 15 is a godsend as opposed to 11 out of 15 like the light tanks. So less mistake on the tank destroyer part. So number 1 is the same, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the same. Number 9 is score at least 3, 4, 5, 7 armor penetrating hits in a row against enemy vehicles, as opposed to 3, 5 penetrating, 7 penetrating hits. So what this teaches you to actually penetrate your shots instead of abusing the system and just shooting and bouncing. So I used to use the E25 and spam shots into the KV4. Even if it doesn't penetrate, as long as it hit, it will count. So this teaches you to actually penetrate and hit. That's what tank destroyer should do. So better behavior, I guess. Number 10 is the same. Number 11 is finish on top. So the conditions are the same, but the order is shifted from position number 13 to 11. So the rewards are not that good, but whatever. So it's a switch of position, but whatever. Number 12 is the same. 13 is the platoon, which is cause damage to less vehicles as a platoon, or you can do it by yourself. So basically, a Top Gun will earn you the Object 260 platoon mission. So that's actually pretty easy. In a Hellcat, yeah, Top Gun in a Hellcat, we are top tier. So easy. Ugh. All right, number 14 is the big difference, the big hunt. So cause 20%, 25%, 30%, and 35% of the total damage to enemy vehicles by your team, as opposed to 30%, 40%, 50%, 60%. Yeah, this mission was ridiculous. Now, I got up to the 50% by having 3 Hellcat platoon, and I was platooned up with 3 very good players. So, yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. 50, 60% for the T-55A and the Object 260. That's insane coordination of tank destroyers. That's like having 3 Yak Panzer E-100s working well together and destroying everybody. So now it's 20%, 25%, 30%, and 35%. That's like half. That's like half. Holy crap. So thank God this mission was the killer for tank destroyer missions because it's so hard. But thank God. Number 15 is the same, so that's still pretty much fine. And play with the Death Star or the Star Destroyer. Both will work well, or even the T-110 E4, E3, whatever. But yeah, the big change is the percentage for the platoon. So thank God. This was ridiculous. 60%. That's like that's even for tier 7 too, as opposed to the current ones, which is for tier 6 and above for the Object 260. So originally, you had to achieve 60% of all the damage your team done in a platoon. So if you're lucky, you can do that in the SU-12244 platoon, and you're top tier. That's the only way. And your teammates are actually good. Your platoon mates are actually good, and the rest of your team are garbage. Because they cannot do damage. You have to steal 60% of all the damage. That's freaking ridiculous. So yeah, thank God this one's getting changed. Oof. So the rest is pretty easy. And yeah, I have no trouble with the tank destroyer missions other than the platoon mission because that's just ridiculous. And finally, we have the scumbags, the artillery. So I played through artillery missions myself, and some of these were pretty goddamn stupid. So thank God, 9 out of 15 were changed, and yeah, it should be. The first one is a reorder from number 3. Nothing changed, so it's the same. Number 2 is the same. Number 3 is from the number 1 spot. It's the same. Number 4 is damage or destroy enemy vehicles, modules, or crew members. Injure crew members. So yeah, it's way better because the old one was destroy 1 in the first 3 minutes, destroy 2, and destroy 2 in the first 3 minutes of enemy light tanks. No. Just no. Just get the light tanks out of the way, please. It takes like 1 minute to load the gun. It takes like 10 seconds to aim. The tanks are moving like 70 kilometers per hour. Just, yeah, no. This mission is just god awful. Just get out of the way. So now it's just destroy modules or damage modules and injure crew members by 3, 5, 8, or 10. So that's good. Number 5 is just cause damage to number of times the HP of your vehicle. The old one was destroy the tracks and have the targets be destroyed by other players or drowning, if that's ever possible. But this one was stupid too. So yeah, blah. So thank God. Just deal damage now. Do damage. You'll be fine. Number 6 is the same. Number 7 is destroy tank destroyers or artillery. So the old one was just destroy tank destroyers, and people were having problems because not that many TDs. So now it's just combining both with tank destroyers and artillery. So that's good. Number 8 is the same. Number 9 is mostly the same for the Stug 4 and the T-55A. So you have to hit a target at 20 kilometers per hour and 30 kilometers per hour. The old one was 10, 20, 30, and 40. The new ones is 20 and 30. And the T-28 concept and the Object 260 is score at least 2 hits or 4 hits, direct hits, onto enemy vehicles. And that's pretty simple with an accurate gun. So alright. Number 11 or number 10 is the same. Number 11 is the infamous area of effect. So the old one was cause damage to 2, cause damage to 3, destroy 1 and damage 2, and destroy 2 with 1 shell from artillery. Just get out of the way. You have to hit 3 targets for the T-28 concept. 3 with 1 shot. 3. You know how hard it is to clusterfuck, to find a good clusterfuck, and your gun's that accurate, and you reload it just in time, and you're well aimed too, and you compensate for the motion of the tank too, so they're all clusterfuck together? That's so fucking hard. And the next one, destroy 1 while damaging 2. That's another clusterfuck. So yeah, now it's destroy 1, damage 2, destroy 1 plus damage 1, and destroy 2 with a single shot. Thank God. It's still a little bit hard by destroying 1 and damage another one, but it's way better than destroy 1 and damage other 2 tanks. So, Jesus Christ, this mission was just stupid. Alright, number 12 is the same. 13 is the platoon missions. Now is cause damage to 15, 20%, 25%, and 30% as a platoon or by yourself. The old one was 20%, 30%, 40%, and 50% as artillery platoon. It's like the TD mission. 50% by 3 artilleries. That means 3 of you have to one-shot at least 1 target. So basically, yeah, 3 of you at least, all of you should just one-shot like 2 targets and you'll be fine. But that's just ridiculous. I mean, the team has to be like super incompetent, and just 3 good artillery players killing all the targets. Jesus Christ. So now it's 15%, 20%, 25%, and 30%. You can do that by yourself with a gigantic artillery at tier 10. So that's good. But Jesus, that's a big mission change. Number 14 is the one with light tanks. So the old one was cause damage while having a light tank in your platoon. Now it's just cause the same amount of damage to enemy heavy tanks and tank destroyers. And your platoon mates could also help. So that's good. So you don't have to have light tanks on your platoon. You can have your artillery with a bunch of heavy tanks and have your heavy tanks do the work and you just sit there. So that's easy. And the 15, the last mission is the same. So be the top person on your team or both teams in XP earned and damage caused. And that's pretty simple. So the big ones are the joint offensive, which is the artillery mission needing light tanks to spot. The one with the percentage. Oh, the percentage ones are hard. Oh, the area of effect. This one's stupid. Oh God. The one with the moving one is. The moving tanks are not that bad. It's all right. Just annoying. That's all right. All right. This one destroyed the tracks. That's stupid. Destroy light tanks. That's even stupider. So yeah, good changes. You need these changes. So rough. Hit 3 targets. Just hit 3 targets with 1 shot for a T-28 concept. Are you kidding me? And for the T-55A, destroy 1 while damaging 2. Yeah, no. No. So stupid of a mission design. And there you go, folks. All the changes to the personal missions for the 9.8 patch. Now, it is the test server still, so nothing is set in stone, but it is a good step towards having the Object 260 and the missions are not ridiculously hard. So good step, and with these changes, hopefully getting to the Object 260 will be less stressful and easier because I want one, and it will be easier to get to the T-55A, the T-28 concept, and the Stuk 4. So thank God they're changing, and it was rough. So thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like my videos, subscribe to me on YouTube, follow me on Facebook and Twitter. I'll stream every Fridays or occasionally, spontaneously, but follow me on Twitch. I also stream. And if you like my videos and want to support the channel, consider donating via Patreon. And as always, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
I still have too long a life ahead just to give up and drop all of these dreams. I just wanna try and fix all the things that I've left undone. I thought that I could reach something carried over I saw within my dreams. And yet I stumble on all my actions on this road that's in front of me. It's not like I want things to go back to the way before. All I want is to open my eyes and feel the sun. Don't let them see that you're afraid, no, don't make a face. And no, you can't let them know you want them to pity you. You can't let every single sentence with tears work and probably understood along with your fears. It's like you're waiting for someone to draw near in a maze of emotion. There comes a day where you find a way to escape a blank page, now I'm running on my own fate. I'm growing tired of running away from this thing called reality. And I will scream from the top of my lungs, I'm living to fulfill my hopes. I'm no longer taking the safer way out of anything. We'll never go back. I'll always find strength from those who love me. They'll always be there by my side.